What's up, guys? We're back with episode 8, Team Apex winning season. We're 33 weeks out from the Olympia now, starting today. I think my dates are correct. It could be 32 weeks, 6 days out, I'm not sure. Gotta Google that. But a couple things happened this week. It was your birthday.
Yeah.
How was your birthday, babe?
That's fine. I already had forgotten that it was my birthday.
So yeah, we celebrated Matt's birthday. His mom came into town, my mother-in-law, for the weekend. That was good. We went out for a nice dinner, a couple dinners actually. I cooked a dinner here. Well, we kind of team effort it. Mom's chili chicken, and it was good. I feel like I've cooked it a couple times before, but I've never got to eat it because I've always been in prep. So it had been at least 2 years since I had it, because we definitely had it a couple Christmases ago. And then got you a new computer.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome for all your research and everything. So that's good. And guys, you know how I told you every time I hit like a milestone on YouTube, I would get like new equipment to help with my editing, help with whatever the vlogs and stuff. So I am gonna put the money where my mouth is and I'm gonna buy a MacBook. So I've been doing a little bit of researching and talking with a buddy of mine, Nick Trigilli, on what computer is gonna be the best for me with like the editing I do and stuff. So I'm going with a MacBook. It's gonna be a big upgrade, big switch, because I have a Dell, I think it is, a Dell Windows computer. It works, it's good, but it's really slow now, and I feel like once you put it into the universe that technology is like crapping out on you, like a cell phone or something, it just goes even worse. So the computer is really like shit in the bed right now, so trying to get a new one for you guys. So I should have that pretty soon. But I want to give a huge thank you to my friend Juji Mufu, John, for sending me his smelling salts. So check this out. This is his new one. And this shit is legit when it comes in like an actual sealed, and then you take this off, give it a shake, open it, little torque off of it, and yeah. So I'm going to be trying this today because I'm training chest, shoulders, tris, and then here are some other scents that he has. I know that he flavors them, so there's like different kinds, but yeah. So anyways, we're gonna hit the gym, so let's head out there right now.
Two-time Arnold champ, Missy, Truscott.
Okay guys, I got invited to the first ever Pacific Northwest Women's Competition Workshop. So Tangi Johnson, a huge inspiration of mine growing up in the fitness division, is a local to the Washington State area. So she put on the workshop with Elaine Craig, who is Craig Productions. They run a bunch of shows in the area in Idaho, Washington, and I'm going to be speaking today. I'm actually a little nervous because, well, maybe I'll just explain a little here. When I was in college, I had the biggest fear of public speaking. It wasn't until I started competing and being like in front of people on stage that my nerves kind of calmed down. But speaking is like a whole new, like, so I'm a little nervous, but very excited to chat in front of all the ladies today. So I'm gonna be getting ready in the next like 20 minutes here. So you'll see me all done up. My best friend Brooke is here, so she's coming to the event too. And yeah, it's gonna be like an awesome day. If you ever get the opportunity to attend one of the women's workshops, whether it's the one that Sandy runs down in Arizona and Heather from Olympia, definitely get on board with one of those. Tangi and Elaine are gonna be doing one next year too in this area. So yeah, it would be awesome if we could do it like a couple times a year, but you know, this has been great because it kicks off the 2023 season for the Pacific Northwest, and I'm allowed to speak, so oh my gosh. Okay, I'm nervous. All right, I'm gonna get ready and then we'll see you guys there.
Of our bodybuilding sport. So to even have an Olympian, an actual Olympian champion. Now, my husband bragged on me, which is really sweet, because I was 4-time runner-up, right? Which means that I didn't get there, almost did, but this young lady has gotten there twice. And I will never forget, I just want to tell this quick story about Missy, because Missy started competing kind of towards the end of my career. So we knew each other and we were competing, but I was kind of towards the end of my career, and she had so much talent, so much potential. She ended up moving to Washington, so I got to get to know her even more, and we did a little bit of routine training together, and she works so hard. And here's the thing, if you work really, really hard, I mean, you devote everything to your goal. and then you don't achieve it, how does that make you feel? What's the first thing that you typically might want to do, right? Yes, it's easy to do that, right? And I just remember her feeling a little discouraged because it's like, man, I just gave it my all, what else is there? And if that wasn't good enough to achieve, what do I do now? And I felt like she was about 2 years in to when she was getting top 5. And I mean, Missy, it may have been when you got second or third. But do you remember me telling you, like, you're not quitting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not done. Like, I will not let you be done because it is so around the corner. And this is what I mean about just having a circle of influence, people that believe in you, people that support you. Like Elaine, she looked at me and she said, you're gonna go pro. I looked at Missy and I said, you're gonna be a Miss Olympia one day. So you guys, let's welcome our 2-time Miss Olympia champion, and she's gonna talk to you guys about training.
Thank you, Tara, because when I went to the washroom, my zipper ripped on my pants, so I had to improvise. And I have safety pins here on my pants. So it's funny because this has actually happened to me at a show too. Backstage, I'm putting on my bikini and my suit ripped. And it's, you're shocked. I was shocked. I was like so flustered, but you gotta keep on the ball. You gotta keep moving. So, I'm here.
No, I'm sorry. I need to know what happened with the suit.
Well, that's a good question. I had a little sewing kit in my bag. So I do recommend having a little sewing kit in your bag for backstage, or making sure your coach has one in case you have those wardrobe malfunctions. So Tangi has asked me to talk to you guys about training, and specifically for your off training. Now, when I started to get invited to the Arnold Classic and going to the Olympia, I was, 6th place, 8th place competitor, finisher. And it wasn't until I started taking my off season really seriously that I was able to go from that 6th place all the way to Miss Fitness Olympia. So it's the off season that's so important. One thing that's really important in your off season is making sure you're not doing the same thing as a contest prep. So you don't want to be doing, 2 hours of cardio. It's okay to do cardio in your off season. It's going to increase your appetite. It's going to help with digestion, and it's also good for your heart. So you definitely want to keep cardio in the off season. You don't want to be in a calorie deficit. It's good to let your adrenals reset in your off season. So basically what that means is cutting back on the caffeine. So your energy drinks, your pre-workouts, that's a really good time in your off season to kind of relax on that stuff. I also think it's very important, and again, what took me from 5th place to 1st place is tracking calories in the off season. So that's very important. You don't want to go off the deep end and gain a lot of body fat, because it's going to hurt your chances at cutting down for your next show. As you're in your off season, you're building your metabolism. You're eating that food, so when it is time to prep again, you have tools in the toolbox to use, cutting those calories down. If you're always in a deficit, it's going to do you a disservice, and your coach, because they're not going to have any food to pull. So moving on to the next slide here is our rebound phase. And if you don't know what a rebound phase, it's when you come off of a show. And your coach should have given you a diet as soon as you get off stage. If they don't give you a diet the day after, get a new coach, because you want to make sure that you're staying on schedule. So again, we kind of touched on the cardio. You want to keep cardio in, just not as much. And then you're slowly increasing your calories. So what I like to do personally is when I come off of a show, I think it's acceptable for myself 1 to 2 pounds a week. Anything more, gaining wise, it's just body fat and I start to feel bad about myself. I try to go slowly. So the longer you can keep that rebound phase, if it's 2 months, if it's 3 months, the longer the better. And go slow. Allow yourself to have refeed meals, cheat meals, date nights, all that stuff. Go out with the girls. All of that is totally acceptable. And everyone is going to have a different way and a different experience. So, be kind to yourself, love yourself, and just go at it slowly. So moving on to the next slide. We went through all of our divisions. So hopefully you've done a show and you've reached out to your judges and asked them for feedback. So it's super simple with the MPC. You basically reach out to the organization and you ask them who the head judge was at that show, and you can email the head judge. And typically what I like to do is I'll put my name in the subject line and attach the photos from the show. So they know, okay, this is Missy's front, her back, and what she looks like with competitors, just in case if they don't remember who I am. So they're gonna give you feedback, and I like to make everything a weakness. So a good example, what I used was in 2018, one of the judges had said to me at the Arnold, you need to bring up your hamstrings. And I thought, okay, how am I gonna bring up my hamstrings? Okay, I need to work harder in the off season. So for the last 5 years, I hammered hamstrings every off season. And now my hamstrings are one of the best body parts I have. So train like everything is a weakness, okay? And with your training in the off season, there's a couple ways to do it. Obviously, you wanna reach out to your coach or mentor and find the most appropriate way to bring up those weaknesses, but it's gonna be adding volume or intensity. So we wanna be super intense in our off season. And then moving on to the next slide. One of the biggest things that I've learned for myself is recovery is so important, even in the off season. When we're in contest prep, we're going to our chiropractor, Dr. Bridgman in the back. We're getting muscle tissue work done from our massage therapist. But in the off season, we kind of relax on all that stuff. We might not have a show date in mind, but I think it's very important that you foam roll every day. Stretch, whether you're fitness or not, you need to stretch out. Getting massages done frequently. IVs are really beneficial as well. A lot of us are taking supplements, right? And they digest through our system, but an IV intravenously, they are expensive, but if you do it maybe once a month or every 2 months or a couple times during your off season, it's so beneficial and you feel a lot better afterwards. So iVitality in Bellevue and Issaquah has some great options. I know Tangi and Dr. B works with them as well. And another thing that's very, very important that I stress to all of my clients is the quality of sleep. Usually when the sleep is off is when the problems start happening. So there's a lot of good apps. We got our Fitbit, Apple Watches, all of that to make sure we're getting optimal sleep. And that's gonna help with recovery. So whether that's in your off season or contest prep, so important. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today. And if you guys have any questions at all for me, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram or send me a message, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you.
Okay, so now I'd like to ask Darcy to come up here.
Hey, Brooke.
What up?
Athena. No, we have to get ready. No, we have to get ready now. Boop. Okay, guys, so it's the day after the women's seminar. We got my bestie Brooke here. She came in from LA to, you were there with?
Supplement company with Drip Fit.
Yep. So yeah, Brooke's here for that, and then we got a good session in today. We're having our post-workout. You guys know the huge. We got chicken meatballs and rice, and I've started to cut my calories a little bit because I'm gonna be heading to Sledge headquarters in a couple weeks here. So Shelby and I decided we're gonna lower the food back a little bit just to tighten up, and then we're gonna hit it hard again after the photo shoot and meeting the guys over there and stuff. So I'm pumped about that, but let's just kind of recap the event.
We got there pretty early. I feel like we were there before most other people were. It wasn't too crazy yet, and they did have the doors shut so the people attending the seminar wouldn't be able to come in.
Yeah.
So when they did open, it was kind of open the floodgates and everyone came rushing in and were interacting with us and with the booths and kind of wandering around the room before they were situated or in their seats.
Yeah.
But there was really cool gift bags. Tangi did a good job making everyone feel special. Lots of samples and swag and different kind of cute things. She put this little notebook in there with cool quotes on it. Everything had some sort of a positive quote on it. Mm-hmm. But Yeah, you went up and spoke. You did an awesome job,
Thank
kind of
you.
imparting wisdom and knowledge with everyone that was there. I think everyone was really excited to get to hear from, a two-time Olympia champion.
Oh,
I mean, no big deal.
Superstar.
do you remember what that
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone was excited to be there. Everyone was super interactive. Everyone
Yeah.
was positive and upbeat. I think this is something that's going to continue to happen in the Pacific Northwest now. I think that it's got a good attendance and following, or everyone's kind of feeling from it. By the end of the day, everyone was tired, sure, because it was a lot in, a 5-hour session?
Yeah.
And it ended up being like 6 hours. But I think if Tangi does more of them, we'll definitely be excited to have you back to speak out again, and maybe give you a little bit more of a platform there. Outside of just training and tidbits.
Yeah.
But the breakaway sessions, how did your session go?
It was good. So we like broke away and we like chatted with girls. Did you film that or no? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, totally fine. Yeah, so we like broke away and kind of like talked about what motivated us, or share a little bit of stuff like in our life, kind of like a part of fitness but outside of fitness. I thought it was cool. Just gave people a chance to like open up and like talk. But funny story, we have like a 10-minute break, so we all like go to the bathroom and stuff. I'm wearing my Freddy pants. They're about 5 years old. I love Freddy jeans. They're awesome. They're expensive as hell, but they look good. They fit good. They're for like muscular women, and it's like a big zipper, like high-waisted. Guys, the zipper broke in the bathroom. I gotta go on up in front of people and talk. I had to improvise, and I like text Matt, and he's like, oh my God, you got to use it as an icebreaker. So I literally went up, and you guys know I like rock the fanny pack. So I had the fanny pack covering the safety pins, and that was literally my icebreaker. Like I moved the fanny pack and I showed it, and I was like, guys, you got to keep rolling. It was funny.
You talked about
the picture you texted me.
Yeah.
With the safety pins, you should put it right here. Like, it was pretty good. Like quick alteration.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, thanks to Brooke, she was there to
That was good.
safety pin it up.
But the way that you transitioned that on stage, I think everyone was able to relate to, because you talked about on stage, like stuff happens. I don't know, like your hair gets frizzy, or your suit, you have an issue hooking it on, or the hook breaks, or something happens. Like you used it as a way to tell people, like, be prepared for going on stage. Like you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know, you drop water on yourself, like be ready. Like what are you going to do?
Right.
So you did kind of encourage people with, look at me being vulnerable with
The
the fact that everything's wide open and showing.
Basically the show's got to go on. Like you got to improvise, keep it rolling. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. But all around, it was like a freaking awesome event. I really hope they have it next year. If you guys are like newer to competing, or even like a vet and competing, definitely check out one of these seminars in your area. I know more are coming frequently. Sandy puts on an awesome one in Arizona with Heather Algundy, and it's just really, really informative. So guys, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I appreciate all the support. We got Athena up on the top of the couch crying because she wants Brooke's food. She's shaking.
Yeah.
She's so excited.
Yeah. But
We got this guy.
Oh,
Just super patient.
he's just so patient.
Yeah.
Oh, and he got a haircut. All right, guys, we will catch you in the next video.